Okay, so one of the difficult things about my mom lying to me about being adopted for 19 years was the fact that she lied about my medical history to all my doctors, and I had a shit ton of specialists that I'd see because I was in chronic pain, that my parents would just tell me I was making myself sick. They really didn't believe much in modern medication. Jesus, this thing. And so they would delay taking me to the doctor for the longest time until it got so bad that they'd have to take me to the hospital. And every time the doctors would get medical history, they would just tell them theirs. And as you can imagine, that made getting a diagnosis very difficult. And there was a lot of trial and error with proper medications, and it just made my life a lot more difficult than it would have been if they had just told the doctors, hey, I don't have a family history for her. And that is one of the reasons why I advocate for people to be honest with their kids about adoptions from as young an age as possible. Because not only is it the best for their mental health, but it's also for their physical health, because that way you can properly tell doctors what you do know, what you don't know. There's genetic tests that the doctors can do now that makes things a little bit easier. So one of the things that helped me forgive my mom was her holding herself accountable and my dad holding themselves accountable for their part, because it really affected my quality of life. And some of them are genetic, like my migraines that I now know come from my birth mother. And I had complications during my pregnancy that are things that my sisters could also deal with. So these things are important to know.